chocked full of references to the economy, was the State of the Union fairy tale. Well, Biden claimed that he inherited a struggling economy where inflation was already a problem. Well, that simply is not true. He came into office when inflation was 1.4%, following decades of inflation growth at near 2%. Yet, he agreed with Powell's initial assessment that inflation would be, quote unquote, transitory. Remember that? Prices are up under Biden's administration about 14%. That is substantially more than the increase that Americans have seen in their earnings. The average family has seen real annual earnings fall by about $6,000 a year, while higher interest rates have increased borrowing cost another $1,400. That means essentially that a family can afford to buy $7,400 less in goods and services than they could in January. His theme for the speech was, let's finish the job. He kept saying that. Well, you can't finish a job until you understand what the job actually is. The job of the government is not to create jobs, which he bragged about. That is a function of the private market. It's called capitalism, which he claimed to love, but it's clear that he neither understands nor embraces what capitalism is. It's not the government's job to make decisions and policies about what people put in their bodies, whether they take vaccines or not, or quote unquote their health care. It's not the government's job to protect and defend other countries' borders. It is their job to protect and defend our borders first and foremost. It is not their job to build and maintain Michelle Obama trails or fund studies about the effects of hormones with steroid-induced hamster fight clubs.
And
Shannon,
it's not the government. Don't forget cow gas, too. Can't forget
That's
that one.
Right. It's not the government's job to set price controls for pharmaceuticals or control junk fees. The government's original purpose is to protect and defend our God-given rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You know what? It's not even the government's job to provide welfare to those who can't provide for themselves. It's the church's job. If the government vacated that role, we would see people who are really in need of help turn to Jesus and the church like never before. But that's not what you do when you want to take God's place in the lives of His people.